Hello, this is Keith Owen. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how we could merge uh, multiple Excel files with Power Query. And what we want to do is we have this main table that you see here. We got multiple columns on a specific data, meaning order information. And we want to bring back, in this case, a couple of columns that exist in a lookup table. So in other words, we have a product ID column here. This product ID column also exists in the lookup table. So our lookup table is right here. We want to do, as you can see, we have a product ID column. They exist in both tables. What we want to do is we want to, in this case, we want to bring back the supplier column and unit cost based upon a matching product ID in both tables. So our first step is we could open up a blank Excel file. We could go up to data, and we want to use, in this particular case, from text or CSV file. Okay, give it a second, and let's go over here, and let's go type in main. Up, and then we want to brings up the Power Query dialog box. Give it a second. Then what you can see here, this folder right here is the name of the file that we just selected. This happens to be the sheet name for that exists in this particular file. So we want to select this. You can see the preview. I want to transform the data. And it creates this. So as you can see, it brought the data in here. Okay. Now our next step is we want to close and load this. Close and load to, in this particular case, only create a connection. Now what this connection means, it basically loads this data into memory, basically, and it won't show it anywhere in this spreadsheet at this particular moment. So the data is there, we just cannot see it. So click OK. So it created this connection only query. Okay. So by hovering over it, it brings up this preview of it. Okay. Now let's do this again with the other lookup table. So we go up to data from text CSV file. I want to type in lookup. This is just the name of my files. Click open. Do the same thing. This folder icon represents the file name we just selected. This is the actual sheet or table within this workbook. Transform data. And we do the same thing. We want to close and load to create a connection only. Okay. Okay, now we got these two queries in this particular Excel file that we just created. We want to go back and Power Query. Okay, we do that by data, get data over here on the left, click that drop down area. We want to launch the Power Query edit. Okay, now we got these two queries within this file. So on the Home tab, first of all, let's select one of the queries. Then go up to the Home tab. We want to go and click on Merge Queries. If we select Merge Queries, that means that we want to merge this query that we have selected into an existing query. We don't want to do that. We want to create a new query that combines these two queries together. So we're going to do merge queries as new. Now, up on the top right here, we want to select the main table. Okay, so we select that. And then this next selection, we want to select our lookup table. Okay, now our next step is how are we going to connect these two tables or these two queries together? The way that we do that, we have to select a column that exists in both queries. So first we want to select the product ID in the main table, then select the product ID in the lookup table. Now down here on the bottom, what type of join do you want to perform here? In this particular case, we want to bring back all the rows in our main table. Okay, that's what it says, all from the first table. And we only want to bring back the rows matching from the second table. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now here at the bottom, it gives us a check. It says the selection matches 200 of 200 rows from the first table. So what that means is that all the rows in the main table, a product ID does exist in the lookup table. So that's why we have 200 of 200. Let's click OK. Okay, now let's go over here to the right. It creates a new column for us. And what we want to do is we want to expand this table. So in other words, it brought in all the information from the lookup table. We put it into this column, but now we want to expand it. And we only want to select the columns that we want to bring back into our new query. So select all columns and select the columns that you want to bring back. In this case, I want to select supplier and unit cost. We don't want to prefix the column name with the table name or sheet or query name. So you'll see that in a second. Just a second. Click OK. So in other words, it brought back the columns named supplier and unit cost from the lookup table. If I would have selected that checkbox, prefix it with the table name, then it would say something like lookup table dash or dot supplier. And we don't want that. So now our merge just is completed. Now we want to go over to the home tab and close and load to, or close and load, and I'll load it into our sheet. Give it a second. And there you have it. That's how you can perform a merge within Power Query using two separate files from Excel. Now, merge basically means that we're going to merge the tables horizontally. That's what we did. We merged it horizontally. We added the columns horizontally, row by row. Now, there is another option that you could join tables, which is joining or appending. And what that does, it's going to append your queries vertically. So in other words, it just adds, you're going to have common columns, and it's going to add new rows to the main query. So hopefully you understand that. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And remember, this data file will be used for you to practice it in the description of the video. Again, I want to thank you for stopping by today. You have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye now.